Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Simone here. So today I'm going to be doing the Netflix book tag, and I saw this video done by a few different booktubers, but mainly the one I watched that I loved was by Lauren and the Books, whose channel I link below. And this is basically the best of both worlds for me. I love Netflix, I love books, and this is kind of like the two together. So let's get started. So the first question is recently watched, and this is the last book you finished reading, and for me it is The Chemist by Stephenie Meyer. Now if you don't know, Stephenie Meyer is the author of the Twilight series and also the book The Host, and I loved those. I haven't read The Host, but I loved Twilight. But this is completely different. This is basically her first adult book, and it is about a spy who basically uses chemicals and sort of medicines, I suppose, to torture people into giving up information for the greater good of the country. And this book is amazing. I really liked this. I gave this a 5-star. It did take me a long time to read because I think it's like 550 pages or so. But I really loved this. This is an author I will definitely be sort of following more of. I mean, I love Twilight, I love this, so I really want to read The Host now. But yeah, definitely a recommend for me. Question number 2 is top picks, and this is a book or books that you have been recommended based on books that you've previously read. And I have picked Uglies by Scott Westerfeld for this. I haven't read this yet, but it even says on the front here, before the Hunger Games there was Uglies. And I have read a lot about this and heard a lot about this based on, if you like things like The Hunger Games and Divergent, you should definitely read this one. Now, what I know from this is it's about a dystopian world where up until you're 16 years old you are an ugly, and then when you turn 16 you become a pretty. And this is about a world where basically the main character isn't really sure that she wants to be a pretty, and I believe there's some things she does something wrong, and basically the main character has to decide whether she wants to turn her friend in or whether she wants to never be a pretty at all. And this sounds really interesting to me. I love dystopian books and I'm very excited to try Scott Westerfeld's work. Question number 4 is recently added, and this is The Last Book You Bought. I ordered this book on Amazon recently, and it is Fake Liar Cheat by Todd Goldberg, and I got this I believe from Goodwill in America, but I ordered it online, so yeah. This book I believe has something to do with nightclubs in Hollywood, and I'm not entirely sure what it's about, but it's a really thin book. It's on my TBR list on Goodreads, and I just thought I would pick it up while it was cheap online, and yeah, so I'm going to read this sometime and let you know what I think. Question number 4 is popular on Netflix, and this is books that everybody knows about. 2 books that you've read and 2 books that you have no interest in reading. So for my 2 books that I've read that everybody knows about, I've gone for The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak, which I read last year and absolutely adored. I feel like a lot of people have read this, and pretty much everybody loves this. I don't think I've heard many people say they don't like it. It's basically a book narrated by Death about a little girl called Lisa who moves in with a foster family in Germany when the war happens, and it's about that. So it's really, really sad but really, really good, and I feel like this is kind of really well written as well. The other book I'm going to talk about is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, which is an absolute classic, and everybody knows about this book. I mean, I literally don't think I know anybody that would not know what this is. This follows Elizabeth Bennet and her kind of will they won't they with Mr. Darcy. I just would with Mr. Darcy all day every day. Love it. And the 2 books I have no interest in reading. The first one is a little bit of a cheat because I started reading it and then I literally did not finish it, and I will not finish it, and that is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I'd heard so many good things about this book. Everybody talks about it. It says, like, I've heard people say it's their favourite standalone. I really didn't understand, like, I couldn't get my head around it. I think I read about 75 pages and I just didn't get it, and I didn't like it, and it was boring. I didn't feel like it was going anywhere. And I wasn't a fan, so yeah, I'd go with that. And the second one is Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. I haven't read this book, and I don't intend to, because the author, I really struggle kind of separating the author from the work, and I feel like the author of this book, Orson Scott Card, is a horrible person who has very differing opinions to me, and I don't really want to read the book anyway. It's not really one that interests me, the idea, so I feel like I'm not going to pick it up on the off chance, just because I really don't like him as a person. Question number 5 is comedies, and this is a funny book. I have chosen Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Now, I probably talk about this book too much, but I really love this book, but I also found it quite funny. I find the main character, Kath, to be really like warm and enjoyable. She reminds me of myself a lot, but Levi as a character is really funny, and I love him, and I just love the kind of main little group of people in this, and I just find it really funny, and I definitely find this to be a comedic book. Question number 6 is dramas, and this is a character who is a drama queen or king, and I picked a queen and a king. For a queen, I picked Professor Trelawney from Harry Potter. This is not the book that she's in, but I kind of went with it just because it was the first one I picked up. But yeah, Professor Trelawney is the divination teacher at Hogwarts, and she basically just spends her entire life predicting when Harry's going to die. So yeah, she is a very big drama queen in my opinion. And for the Drama King Award, it goes to Alec Lightwood from the Mortal Instruments series, and to be honest, it could go to his sister as well, because I feel like they're both equally as dramatic, and I feel like it doesn't make me love them less. In fact, it makes me kind of love them more, just because I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next. But yeah, generally these two are both very dramatic, and I love them for it. Question number 7 is animated, and this is a book with cartoons on the cover. I have picked the Chronicles of Narnia series, the series collection that I have, which is the HarperCollins editions. I've got 2 of them here, so I've got The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis, and then The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, also by C.S. Lewis. I love these little pictures. I think they're really cool. They're kind of cartoons without being too cartoony, like they're quite like true to life ones. And on the back it continues, like on the back of the Voyage of the Dawn Treader there's like birds, and on the back of The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe you have the little lamp there and some branches, which I think is really cool. Overall though, I just love these covers, and I'm planning on rereading these soon, so I'm looking forward to that. Question number 8 is Watch It Again, and this is a book or book series that you want to reread. As you might have seen in my latest library haul video, I talked about the Cormoran Strike series, which starts with The Cuckoo's Calling by Robert Galbraith, and there are 2 others as well, I believe, Silkworm and I can't remember what the third one's called. I've got it somewhere here. But basically, I love this series, and I've read the first 2 books, but I really want to read the third, but I want to reread them in order to do that. So I'm going to say this for that. Robert Galbraith is also a pseudonym of J.K. Rowling, who wrote Harry Potter, which means that I love this even more, because it's like reading more of her work. But yeah, that's what I'm going to go with for that. Question number 9 is documentaries, and this is a non-fiction book that you'd recommend to everyone. And for that I have picked Portrait of a Killer, Jack the Ripper, Case Closed by Patricia Cornwell. Now you'll probably know if you've watched my videos that I love Patricia Cornwell's Case Scarpetta fiction series, which is about like a forensic scientist. And I genuinely love pretty much everything that she puts out. I also have this thing about true crime stuff. I love it, so I will literally read anything. So this is like 2 things put together that I love. This is kind of Patricia Cornwell's views and thoughts on the Jack the Ripper mystery, I suppose, because no one really knows who he is. And it's all kind of her criminal investigation knowledge and everything like that she's written into this. I think also in it it's got some kind of like pictures and stuff about like the things that happened and everything, and I love this. This is really good, and like I said, I love true crime, so I would definitely recommend that anybody reads this one. Question number 10 is action and adventure, and this is an action-packed book. And for that I have picked The Reapers Are the Angels by Alden Bell. I've mentioned this before because I talked about the fact that my boyfriend AJ loves this book, but this book is about a dystopian world where basically the leftover people of mankind who've actually survived are kind of roaming the earth, and it's about what happens then. It has zombies in it. It has a lot of like drama and action and things happening, so it's definitely not a book you'll ever get bored reading. Yeah, and I love this book, so this one is one I would recommend. And finally, the last question is new releases. And this is a book that just came out or will soon be coming out that you can't wait to read. And I'm going to pick a book that has come out by the time this video goes up, and I'm still waiting for it to come in the post, and that is Doing It by YouTuber Hannah Witten. Now, I love Hannah's channel, again I'll link this below, but basically she's written a book with sex advice and gender equality and so much other stuff. I absolutely adore her, I think she's fantastic. And I have pre-ordered her book. It's one of the only books I've pre-ordered this year, and I'm really looking forward to it. So when it comes out, it shall be arriving at my door and I shall be reading it fairly quickly. I cannot wait, and yeah, that's my final answer. So that is my Netflix book tag. I hope that you guys liked this video. Let me know in the comments below a character that you love who is a drama queen, and I will see you in my next video. Like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Click the little bell to get notifications of when I upload, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!